several parables, and we have been looking in depth at them. I will tell you before we get to this, without even remotely trying to be dramatic or sensationalist, this is the darkest. It is the most troublesome. At the same time, in some way, it is the most glorious. It provides the deepest reason for personal hope, wherever you find your life, your habits, your emotionality, your relationships. I don't know if you ever feel like, I'll never get over this, I'll never get out of this, how did I get into this? I feel like it's Groundhog Day. How many of you have no idea what movie reference I just made? How many of you do know which movie reference I just made? You can see the ages all over the place. What's either Groundhog? Yeah. If you haven't seen Groundhog Day, you need to go see it. It's a very biblical movie. Bill Murray presents a heavy theological theme. It takes place in Pennsylvania. Can I get an amen? That's really, Groundhog Day is a revival movie, basically. So it's a goofy movie, but do you ever feel that way? You keep saying, you make a New Year's resolution, or you say to yourself, okay, I'll never do that again. You ever done that? I'll never say that again. I'll never do that again. And it ain't 24 hours and you've done it again. Yeah? Sometimes that's funny, actually, but sometimes it's not funny, especially when you want to overcome it. And so there's a very short parable from Matthew 12. It is also mentioned in Mark 3 and also in the Gospel of Luke, but it's the parable of the strong man. And even though the parable itself is very short, the surrounding verses give it a little bit of context. And so it is a serious subject matter, and I'd like you to take it as such, but I would also like you to take the hope that is offered serious. I have 7 phrases if you're a note taker, and that's usually a little bit more than normal. This is not a recipe of 7 things you need to do together to make it work. That's not what I'm doing. This is not a technique or an algorithm or a recipe or anything like that. I have 7 obstacles